So now we're going to work on our mise en place for our sauce. A couple bowls. I'm going to be doing this twice as much since I'm doing it for two different sauces for the pork and lamb. Have our peeled shallots, our Asian pears. These are a great Asian pear that comes from middle of PA somewhere. Don't remember the exact. Saberdashi, I believe, is the brand. There's a link in the recipe for them. -8 vinegar, which if you can't find, like I said, a good high quality balsamic, something like that's good. It's a really good vinegar from up the Ontario shore. They take ice wine basically and make vinegar out of it. This is a tomato varietal. I don't get the tomato out of it. I get a lot more vegetables, so I feel comfortable using it in this just for the acid and the roundness. So we're going to take our shallots and just do a fine dice on them. And much like an onion, just cut it with the grain and then against the grain. You do want to make sure your cuts are relatively uniform on these, as we will not be pureeing this or anything else before it's finished. So always cut away from the root end. Nice dice on that. One more of them to go. Shallots really are, to me, one of the building blocks of any sauce, especially pan sauces. I think in most American kitchens anymore, the pan sauce is a lost art. When I started the Radisson years and years ago, I think we had 8 or 10 pan sauces, all built to order, all with different garnishes. So it's something that I think is kind of gone away, but it's important because you can build a lot of flavor out of the fond, which I'll show you guys in a little bit. That's in the bottom of the pan. So we'll just take them, have them ready for later. We take our pears. One of the things how I like to cut pears, right down the middle, right down the middle. Take the core out. And make sure you don't have any seeds in there. You'll see as I'm working, I'm not working kind of one pear at a time. I'm doing them all as one step and then moving on to my next step as to keep it's kind of my prep going and everything going. So these I want to dice, so when I get to this point, I'm just going to make some nice heavy slices. Line them up again. Just a nice dice. Pears are really nice in season this time of year. If you can't find the Asian pears, most pears will work. You know, these are one of the things we like to feature at the restaurant coming up this time of the year. So, again, the link for ordering these is in the recipe card. So, I'm not sure what they offer for consumers, but I know that we get cases of them in, which is really good quality pear. While that's going, I'm going to pull the garlic over. When you see the garlic kind of like that, it's finished. So you can take it off and it's done. Take it off the heat, just kind of let it keep cooking. So back to the pears. Continue on my dicing rampage. Almost done. One of the things I will say by using a smaller knife for a change is it's much harder on my wrist. That's one of the reasons that as a professional chef I use a bigger knife, is it's just easier leverage wise. You have a little bit more control with a smaller knife, but you lose that leverage, and cutting lots of big things becomes kind of a drain on your wrist. Alright, that's it for the sauce prep.